Okay. Hey. So we are back on the goddess series. Today we have 6, Lisa. Okay. So here, we have our 5 goddesses so far. We have Amelia, we have Zanea, we have Kai, and Jess, and Alice. Okay. Now, our 5 goddesses decided that they need more help. They need more goddesses to help with all of the things going on in the world. So, what they created, they created this orb. And these orbs, they were in these certain areas, all around, scattered around the universe. And only people who were truly worthy to find them ever did. And Lisa here was just one of those lucky people. Now Lisa had a best friend named Nikki. Okay. So Lisa and Nikki, they always went to the coffee shop every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Now, one of these Sundays, they went to the coffee shop. And after they get their coffee, they go on a walk while they're drinking their coffee. Just, nice little walk. But this time, something that they never came across. They came across this weird forest. And now, where this weird forest was, it was nearby where their house was. It was nearby where they live. Now, they never noticed it because there was always a wall blocking this area off. But this time, there was a door. There was like a gate just blocking off this forest. So they went in, they started exploring the forest. Now Lisa and Nikki, soon enough, went so deep in the forest, they didn't know where they were. But then they saw this weird light from another part of the forest, so they went close to it. And they discovered these 2 glowing orbs. One was blue, like ocean blue. And the other was brown. Kind of like dog's fur brown, or like brown hair. Okay. So Lisa and Nikki were amazed. And Nikki took the blue one while Lisa took the brown one. It was amazing. They were amazing. So they brought these orbs home. So they found their way out of the forest and they got home. When Lisa got home, she took her orb and put it on her dresser on her nightstand right next to her bed. And the morning that she woke up, the orb was gone. But instead, she woke up with cat ears and a tail. And then, so what she did first thing in the morning is she called Nikki and told her what happened. And then Nikki came over and she said, so when Nikki answered, she said the same thing, except a bit different. Nikki said that her orb was gone, but her eyes turned ocean blue, and water was floating from her, because Nikki always has a cup of water next to her bed, in case she ever gets thirsty. And she said when she woke up, she found her cup was empty, and she didn't really drink much, but her cup was empty, and the water from it was all around the room, floating. So they thought that maybe it was the orbs. So they went back to the forest. The orbs weren't there. They came out, and then they did, because so these goddesses were famous. So they both went to the castle where people pray on them. Where people, get pray for good luck and for good, I don't know, maybe nice rainbows. Beautiful nature, beautiful flowers, all that stuff, based on their talents. So what happened to Lee? So they both went there, and they saw there were 2 new levels, and it was weird. But what they saw in there wasn't like anything. So each level had a statue of the goddess that level was made for. On the 6th level, Lisa saw a statue of her. And a giant picture that said, Lisa, Goddess 6 Hybrid. She's like, what's this for? I never did anything. Why am I here? How did this happen? And Nikki, she went up and saw the 7th level, and she saw 7. Nikki, Goddess 7, water. So they both saw each other's levels, and then they went down to level 1, Goddess of flowers. And they prayed and asked, why are we here? Why are we in your castle? Why are our names on these floors? And they heard the goddess reply. The goddess usually replies to the dream or some kind of message with their power. But there was a light, and this light formed into the goddess and in the room, and the goddess said, okay, so Amelia, goddess one, brought them to the forest, back where they found the orbs, and she said, it is no mistake that you found the orbs, and that you are on the goddess castle. The 2 orbs that you found are orbs that that's 5 goddesses. And as she said that, the other 4 goddesses appeared. she continued, that us 5 goddesses made, they are scattered across the universe so that we can have more goddesses to help us. Use your powers for good, and we will help train you as best as we can. Just use your powers for good. And always remember that you are now a goddess too. And with that, they disappeared. The next day, they learned a lot more about their powers. Lisa could turn any living thing that she wanted into a hybrid, meaning that she can mix any animal with another animal, or any living thing with another living thing. She can mix a dog and a tree. So, as soon as that happened, powers were listed upon a wall in her level. And along with Nikki, she learned that a bunch of new things that she could do. She could control water, create water. She could do anything with water. Or involving any liquid type substance. But mainly water. Now, eventually, people around town started noticing something's different. And then they found these two using their powers. And they reported it, and the news reporters started coming to their house. There was always paparazzi there of cameras. Now this became a big thing. Eventually, they let the paparazzi in to ask them some questions along with the news. They started asking things like, how did this happen? When did you first get these powers? Did you speak to the goddesses? Now, everybody was amazed and thought that the goddesses had something to do with it. How they replied was, they said, well, tonight, check out, tonight we'll join the news station. Be at the news station, and we will tell you our story there. The news station agreed to it, and everybody that night was ready to watch the news. They told their story and everything that happened up to this point. Show some of their powers. And now they were official goddesses, and they had their special levels decorated just as them. And they started helping out everything, and all their good deeds were listed along with a bunch of artifacts from their lives. And now these two are known as another goddess and another part of the goddesses. So anyways, guys, like and subscribe.